Hi everyone, welcome to my second episode of the Fab 5 series, and today I will be covering the shoulder muscle. Yes, so I will be making you go through 5 exercises for the shoulder which I find to be effective. So let's get started. So the first exercise in this series is the dumbbell upright row. Now this is a compound movement exercise which works the shoulder and the elbow, and the movement in this exercise is a shoulder abduction and an elbow flexion. So this is working the middle part of the shoulder, and of course it works the trapezius, the upper portion as well. So let me demonstrate to you a few reps of this and then I'll discuss things further. You stand with the dumbbells in front of you and you pull it up to a point where the elbow comes in line with the shoulder. You don't let it go beyond that and you bring it down. You see to it that the elbows go right at the side and you are just doing a shoulder abduction and not elevating in the process to do that movement. So keep your scaps down, just do an abduction and come down. Breathe out when you pull it up, breathe in when you bring it down. This exercise, if done wrongly, which is where the elbows go higher than the shoulders, is very detrimental for the shoulder. I have made videos about this in the past as well, so you can have a look at them as well. But this is how you are supposed to do the dumbbell upright row, which is for the middle deltoid. So guys, the next exercise in the series is called as a cable face pull. The movement in this exercise is a compound one where two joints are working, one at the shoulder. The shoulder is doing a horizontal abduction and the elbow is doing a flexion against gravity. So let me demonstrate to you the exercise. You hold the rope in a hammer grip. You get into a proper stance where your core is completely activated and pull the handles towards your face in such a way that your elbow is slightly lower than the shoulder. So my hands are actually finishing around my neck region or my upper chest, and you let it go in front. You breathe out when you pull, you breathe in when you let it go in front. Keep your joints soft at all points of time. Because you are doing a movement which is shoulder horizontal abduction, your posterior deltoid is working, and also because you're doing an elbow flexion, your biceps are working. This is a compound exercise. You have one more exercise later, which is a single joint exercise, which I'll be explaining as we progress with this workout. The next exercise in this series is called as a seated close grip shoulder press. Now, people normally do the wide grip shoulder press where they are doing a movement called as the shoulder abduction. But I'm purposely doing this movement so that I am focusing only and only on the anterior deltoid. Of course, my clavicular pecs, which is the upper part of the chest, is also working, but I'm trying to dissociate the anterior to the middle to the posterior, and hence I have put this exercise in our routine. So let me demonstrate to you a few reps of this and then I'll talk further. Grab the dumbbell up, hold it in front of you, try to keep it as sagittal as possible, but if you go into a scaption also it's fine, but see to it that you don't go into a frontal plane. So keep it here and you can take it up and bring it down. Take it up to a point where the elbow is soft. Try to keep your posture absolutely straight. Try not to lean back when you push it up. So if you're doing that, that's wrong. Keep your posture intact, core completely active. Breathe out when you push it up. Breathe in when you keep it down. And that's how you do this particular exercise. I've purposely not taken a back support so that I challenge my core muscles more. If there is a back support, my body is going to involuntarily rely on that, which should not be the case. So try and incorporate more core control by yourself rather than relying on supports, etc. So this is how you do the dumbbell close grip shoulder press. You can do it with a barbell, but you will not get this particular hammer grip. So that's why I've chosen this. And as I said earlier, this works the anterior deltoids and some part of your chest as well. So the next exercise in our routine happens to be a dumbbell lateral raise. Now this is a single joint exercise which is working the middle deltoid. The first exercise which you did, which was the upright row, also worked the middle deltoid, but that was a compound movement. So I'm giving you one compound movement for the middle deltoid and one isolation. The reason for giving two exercises for the middle deltoid is people who are interested in increasing the breadth of their shoulders, they should focus more on the middle deltoid rather than on the too strong anterior deltoid and too weak posterior deltoid. So this is the second exercise for the middle deltoid, but it is an isolation exercise. So let me demonstrate to you a few reps and then we can discuss things further. So I'll give you a front view where I'm holding the dumbbells in front of me and taking the elbow up in line with the shoulder and coming down. If this is too challenging for me, I can bend the elbows and just take the elbow up and not let my forearms exceed my elbows. So this should not happen, neither this should happen. I'll give you a side view as well. When I take my arms up, I breathe out. When I take it down, I breathe in. See to it that your posture is absolutely neutral. Your head doesn't jut out in front. So posterior pelvic tilt maintained at all points of time. And you're breathing out while it's going up and breathing in while it's coming down. This is how you do the dumbbell lateral raise. The next exercise which we are covering is called as the bend over laterals or the bend over reverse fly. Now, the reason why I have chosen this exercise is so that it activates the core more and it works on the posterior deltoid, which is the weakest of all the deltoids. So I'll be focusing more on the weaker muscles, as you have or must have noticed in all my videos, and which is what I'm continuing in. So the exercise demands you to be in a bend over position. So if your form and technique or your hip hinge position is not proper, you should be doing this particular exercise lying prone on an inclined bench. But because I have that fitness levels to hold that position, I'm demonstrating to you that exercise, and this is a very good core exercise, as I've mentioned as well. So pick a light dumbbell up. Make sure that you don't take a very heavy weight in this exercise, because as I said, this is working on the weakest part of your shoulder, and it also happens to be your postural muscle. So see to it that you take a decently light weight which you can maintain a good form with. So I'm starting the exercise by keeping my knees soft, bending from the hip, holding the dumbbells in front of my chest and taking them up in line with the shoulder to a point where they come in line and they come down. So I'm forming a half semicircle across my chest. I'm doing something called as a horizontal shoulder abduction against gravity and adduction towards gravity. So the movement is this. So when I do that, it's my posterior deltoid which is contracting. I should not be rocking through the movement, which is a short indication that your core is weak and your postural muscles are not working. So this is how you do the bend over reverse fly, or it's also called as bend over laterals. So guys, these were my 5 exercises. If you notice, I have given you 2 exercises for the middle deltoids, 2 for the posterior deltoids, and only 1 for the anterior deltoid. The reason behind this is the anterior deltoid is very strong. It gets worked in each and every exercise when you are doing a chest workout. That is why, to balance the strength to weakness ratio between your anterior to your middle to your posterior, I've given you just 1 for this and 2 each for the middle and the posterior. Also, if you notice, I have not given you any shrug exercise which is working the upper trapezius, because if you do any abduction movement, your upper trapezius does get worked with that particular weight. Also, many times it happens that people overwork this muscle and it leads to a lot of postural imbalances, and hence let this muscle get worked with other exercises rather than focusing too much on that, going too heavy on that, and then having a bad posture where the neck goes in front and things like that. So please try this workout. You can do a rep range between 8, 12 and 15 and 2 to 3 sets of that depending upon your time and your convenience. And until next time, I shall see you soon. Bye-bye.